Business development is the idea of partnering with another company in order to improve both of your companies. It's a little different than sales in that you're not just trying to sell something to the other company, you're actually trying to work on something together that's going to benefit both parties. That's a tricky thing to do because for things to really be successful, they need to be strategically aligned with both companies. And you need to understand that this partnership's really going to move my core metrics, and they need to understand the partnership's going to move their core metrics. When you first start out talking to people, you don't really know where they're coming from, what their strategic objectives are, what their core metrics are. And so the reality is most partnerships you go down with, like most marketing tests, are going to fail. They're not going to close. And to overcome that, you need to have a pipeline of deals you're working on if you focus on business development. And realize that a lot of times, things at the initial stage of the funnel aren't going to close. And the same is true with sales. A really good sales process is a funnel, and you're starting at the top and you're putting leads into your funnel. You're qualifying them in the middle of the funnel, and at the bottom, you're closing them. And the funnel gets smaller, and you're realizing that you need to have a good process, but not everything is going to close. When you're doing sales and really trying to scale sales, you're focused on creating a repeatable sales model. That's different when your first few customers. So your first few customers, you're just trying to sell your first few customers. That's a different thing. When you're then trying to focus on sales and really build out, sales is your core channel and you're trying to build it out, you're focused on how do I repeat the sales process in a very packaged manner that I can hire salespeople and make this process work. That generally corresponds to a sales funnel where you split your marketing and sales teams, and at the top you have your marketing team create leads and drive leads to the top of the funnel, and then qualify them and figure out if they're actually leads that are going to possibly buy. You do that through a lot of different mechanisms. You can do that a lot of times now through good marketing automation software. You're sending them email campaigns and seeing if they click on things. You're seeing where they go on the website and indicating whether they're actually a likely buyer. Once they're qualified, then you pass them off to like an inside sales team. That's a sales team that doesn't travel. And they are tasked with actually closing. And that, again, involves things like, that's more like you're interacting with a customer now, webinars, demos, and stuff like that. Now, the key to this whole process is designing your funnel from the eye of the customer, not the eye of the company. So a customer coming in has a lot of questions they want answered. They want to know, is this going to work in my company culture? Is this going to work in my company process? Is this going to work in my budget? Things like that. And your sales funnel should be designed starting with your website and all your materials there, along to exactly what you say to them at different points to answer these questions and spend the least amount of time closing the customers.